everyone. How y'all doing? My name is Christopher Martin, as you all may know. I'm back again. I'm doing today. I'm doing a speech, a demonstration speech on how to start a manual car and how to drive a manual car. It's not simple. I mean, it is simple, but some people it's hard. But a manual car / stick shift. Well, nowadays people call it stick shift, but the original term is a manual car. And manual cars been around for so many years. I mean, since the 1920s. I think the first manual car was made in 1929. So they've been around for a long period of time. So it's a good experience having a manual car. A lot of people get it confused with an automatic, but they're two different. Automatic, you don't have to shift gears. But in a manual car, you have to shift gears yourself. The engine doesn't do it for you. So today I'm gonna show you how to start a manual car. So if you look down here, you have 3 pedals. You have your clutch, your brake, and your gas. And it's going to be in that order from left to right. And always remember, you're going to have to use both your feet when driving a manual car. And so the first thing you're going to do is put on your seatbelt when you get in the car. Once you have your seatbelt on and your legs is comfortable in the right position where you could reach the pedals, then you're going to push in order to start, you're going to put the key in the ignition. Then you're going to push the clutch down. Then you're going to start your car. That's how you start a manual car. Now, to drive a manual car is kind of complicated at first if you never drove one. But I actually learned how to drive a manual car at a Chuck E. Cheese's. It's funny, but I'm serious about it. Like, they have the same exact controls as a real car. So that's how I learned. First thing first, when you want to drive off, you're gonna make sure. Well, if you're not driving off, you need to make sure your emergency brake is up at all time, because your car will roll. And I done had that happen to me before. It actually hopped out the car at a gas station to go in there and pay for gas, and then son just told me to turn around. I looked back, my car was rolling down the street, so I had to run out there and catch it. You guys don't want that. Then once you're fit to drive off, you're gonna release your emergency brake. Then in order to change gears, this is where your 2 feet come in at, working together. So you're gonna push the clutch down all the way to the floor. Then you're gonna put your gear stick all the way up to the left, all the way up to the left. That's your first gear. So once you have it in first gear, you ease off the clutch real slow. And then as you're releasing the clutch, you're also pressing down the gas slightly at the same time. So that's how you take off in a manual car. Now, if you want to stop, you're gonna make sure your car is in neutral. So always make sure your car is in neutral, so that way, if you do take your feet off the clutch, your car won't stall on you or it won't jump underneath from you. Because if you continue doing that, you can damage your clutch and you can damage your engine. And you don't want that to happen. That's too much money. It's too expensive. So, once you have all that done, and you're ready to get out the car, make sure you put your emergency brake up. You can release your feet. You can take your feet off the clutch and the brake. So you can relax your feet, relax your legs. Once you have that situated, you can turn your key off, and you're good to go. Now that's how you drive a manual car and how you start a manual car. It's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. I want to thank you guys for listening and hope you learned something.